Chloe Boris.
From the millennial table that Ben was on about.
Yeah, it's Chloe Boris from Network 10, and as a millennial / future old person, I'd like to follow on from Ben's question, because obviously we've spoken so much, it's going to be an ageing population, the participation rate's going to be down, we're not going to have as much in the income tax pool. So do you think the future old people, like myself, I'll be in my 70s, do you think there is going to be more pressure? Will older people be encouraged to work until later in life? Will there be a change to the pension age?
We're not contemplating a change to the pension age, but we are looking for ways to give older workers more options and more choices. And coming out of the Jobs and Skills Summit, we made a change in that area, and we're monitoring that and evaluating that right now. A key focus of the employment white paper will be about older workers and how we can give them more choices and more chances if they want to work, rather than necessarily compelling them to work more. People make different decisions, and maybe people in blue-collar industries have got different abilities in their 70s than people in white-collar industries, and all of those sorts of considerations. And so it is a major focus of ours to try and work out, in a world where there will be a smaller and smaller proportionately pool of workers, how do we encourage people to work more if they want to? And you'll see more of that in the white paper.
Paul Carp.
Paul Carp from The Guardian, thanks for your speech. I also want to ask about participation. It's down from 66.6% to 63.8%, mostly driven by a decrease in men's participation. Now, some elements of your participation agenda, like childcare and parental leave, are very well known, but does this projection indicate that after the employment white paper, a lot more is going to need to be done to improve employment services and training? So particularly, blue-collar blokes who don't work in the care economy and who face the biggest disruption because of new technologies are not redundant at 50, never to work again.
Yeah, the way that we're approaching this employment white paper is in 5 parts. How do we think about full employment as our economy changes? How do we make work secure and well paid? How do we make our economy more productive? How do we fill these skills shortages as our workforce needs evolve over time? And then lastly, what are the barriers to people participating more? And there are a lot of barriers, you've mentioned some of them, but also geographical barriers where there are areas of entrenched intergenerational disadvantage. So those are the 5 kind of broad areas of focus, and the examples that you mentioned I think are good ones. And they are captured in more than one of those different kind of themes of the employment white paper. We need to make it much easier for people to work and to work more if they want to. That goes right across incentives, it goes across training, it goes across employment services, and all of the sorts of things that you'll see in the employment white paper when we let it out into the wild.